Yeah.
What you up to, Bubba?
What's up, Robert? Southern Fried Podcast.
Oh, we love it, too. We're going to talk some real Southern stuff tonight. Hey, you might even learn how to speak Southern.
Ah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit, anyway.
Like y'all? Southern Living 101.
Yeah, Southernism. We're going to call it Southernism.
Southernisms.
Southernism.
Well, you know, Rob, we got a lot of folks moving into our area. They may actually hear us, or maybe they're considering moving into the area. The southern states have become a destination point for many people around the country and the world. Mm-hmm. And they're moving into the area. And you say, how do you know that? I meet them all the time. And people ask me, what's a good area? What's a good, would you recommend a town to move to? And they're coming out of places like California and Michigan and different places, and they're coming to the Southland, and they're kind of wanting to fit in a little bit, which we like. We can appreciate that. And so tonight we thought we would talk about things that will make you be a little more Southern in your approach to things, and you won't stand out so much, and you kind of fit in a little bit.
The first recommendation I can make on this is pay very close attention to the area that you move to. Like, before you consider moving to South Georgia, let me recommend places like Birmingham, Chattanooga, Charlotte, up that way. Because we don't have snow down here, and we don't talk it like y'all do. That would be the first thing I would look at.
You are way deep in the South, right? I mean, they would call that the deep South. There's no doubt. And maybe even where I'm at is considered the deep South. But if I'm considered deep South, you're way deep South.
If I was any deeper in the state of Georgia, I'd be in Florida. We ain't gonna talk about that. That's another Yankee state.
Well, northern Florida now is just an extension of South Georgia and South Alabama, man. Come on.
I'll give you that. I still think there ought to be a second Mason-Dixon line down in Florida that runs just below Jacksonville.
You're probably right there. We have to cut out Gainesville. We can't have Gainesville being a part of what we're talking. It has to be a line there. I mean, come on, we're dog fans.
Yeah. Just saying. Yeah. And where you're at, it probably, in all honesty, ought to run just below Knoxville.
We concur. We agree. Can we make that happen?
Yeah. We need to work on that. We could probably start some legislation somewhere.
Before we get into our Southern Living 101, it just made me think when you were saying that in my younger days, which I'm not old now, but in my younger days, I went to a lot of shows around the South. And I'm just going to say this is meant in all the due respect it's intended. There is a big difference depending on where you go to a show at. You might be a little surprised in some areas what rolls out of the hills and comes to the shows. Even as a Southerner, I have been surprised. In certain places, we might say around K-Town, that it was, I wasn't sure what I was in concert with. It was, at least for some. I saw things.
In K-Town. Nobody knows what you're talking about.
Knoxville.
Okay.
Voltown. There was things that rolled out of the mountains around Knoxville that I'm still not sure what I saw. So I'll just say that. No offense intended. None.
But look, number one, if y'all go come down here to the South, take them old little French beanie hats, them little top hats, them little sombrero looking things, and things like Billy the Kid wore. Just take them and throw them away. This is what we wear. We wear a ball cap. The bill is curved. It's not flat. There's a reason for that. Okay? There's a reason for that. Number one, your sunglasses will fit better there. Let me show you. See how nice your sunglasses fit right there? You put your sunglasses right there. You can put them on to keep gnats out of your eyes. Okay? You got to wear cool sunglasses. Don't wear them old dinky aviators or whatever. Wear some cool sunglasses. All right? When it's curved like that, it'll shade your eyes better. Now, you're going to get cancer on your ears because they don't cover your ears a bit. Just give it up. That's just part of living in the South. Get little cancer. You'll see them old guys walk around. But after you hear, oh, I got a little cancer there, you know.
It does happen.
It does happen.
I was going, since you put that on like that, I was wondering, are you one of those guys that puts the sunglasses on and turns your hat around so it looks like you're looking back at the people walking behind you?
Well, I don't wear my hat backwards. Okay, if I'm outside, I've got it on for a reason. I don't want this right here sunburns. Okay, if y'all ain't never got a real good sunburn on top of a bald head, you don't understand why we wear hats. But doing it this way, no. Take your butt back up north. We don't wear them like that around here unless we're crawling under something.
So a good curved build Southern hat, and I know you can buy them where they look like they're already kind of broke in, but come on, a real Southerner's cap that's a real break in. It's not something you bought. You've worked on your car. It's got a little grease maybe on it. It's got some threads hanging off of it. It's got a little sun. The natural color of it is changing because it's been in the sun so much. You've gotten it wet from rain and sweat. All those things, you know, you've swatted gnats with it. Absolutely. So, it's gotten dropped in mud puddles and everything else. That's what we're talking about. A hat that is really broke in.
Now, if you want to break in your hat and you're from up north, I'm going to offer this suggestion to you. Get you a piece of rope and tie it around the little hick-and-do here in the back. It's tied around your hitch on your truck. Well, you probably ain't got a truck. Around your hitch on your car and drag it. Drag it for about, 5-10 miles. Go back there and get it, dust it off, put her on. Feed your bill.
I've got to admit, Robert, I've never heard of that one. But hey, I guess it would work, right?
Yeah. And if it doesn't, it costs me money. But I'm just saying.
So Southern Living 101, we're gonna give you help. I mean, we want to be a help. We want to help you out as you're moving south. Maybe you're already here. You're thinking about it. You might be cross country right now. So we're going things. One of the things that we always talk about is Mama said or Mama says. So we're going to preface all this with things that Mama would say if you want to play the part, look the part, be the part of really becoming a Southerner. So, Robert, give us one right now that if you're going to move into these southern states, especially the deeper south, things you might want to consider before you get here.
Well, Mama said, say, please, thank you, yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Don't say no. Don't say, Don't say, no. Say, thank you. And pronounce the words, okay? Don't mumble them. Enunciate. Do not garble your words down here. Speak with distinction. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. And let me tell you something. That no, ma'am's a little bit questionable. You don't want to say no, ma'am too many times because you're going to get jack slapped. You'll have a flat head like me. Okay? But be careful on the no, ma'ams. But manners, be polite, and speak them. Don't garble them up or they can get them confused with something else. Yes, no, sir.
Yeah,
yes, ma'am. No, ma'am.
That's the old saying. Speak up to be heard.
That's right.
You don't be looking at the ground when you do it. You look. You got to look people in the face, in the eyes. People down here, they don't. I don't know if that's anywhere else, but I can tell you in the South, people don't like for you looking away while you're talking to them. They like for you to look them straight on. I hear that a lot. People don't like that. They don't like for you to be looking down. And today you got people playing on their phones. Everybody while they're talking to you, that's a big no-no. People get offended at that, you know.
Just want to slap it right out of their little hands. I spent $700 on that phone. Well, you should have looked me in the eye when you talking to me. I don't know who you talking to on that thing. I ain't none of their business.
All right. Second one, Mama says, Southern Living 101. We're going to help our Southern Fried Podcast listeners that may be from lands far away, from a land far, far away. Mama said, and this is a big one for us, Robert, in the Southland, when you see a funeral procession coming, you pull your butt over to the side of the road. And you might even take it another level and get out and throw a salute,
Or
get
take
your
your
cap
hat off.
off and over your heart, put your head down in silent contemplation and prayer for the family that's headed to the graveyard. You absolutely do not pass the funeral procession. But that's big in the Southland. I get asked this all the time, and I've seen some really negative comments about this, about people in the South. And you know what? We don't care. We don't care. It's a respect factor that is a very big Southern tradition. You pull over. You're not in so big a hurry that because you know what? Everybody's going to make that journey at some time or another. And it is a tremendous respect. And on top of that, if it is a soldier who is being brought home, you're going to see hundreds and thousands of people on the sides of the road extending their heartfelt love and respect to the family and to this life that was lost in defense of the Southland. And so that's big. Mama said, you better pull your butt over.
Amen to that. And I'm gonna go out a little bit to add a little bit to that. A lot of you people that drive past that and don't pull over, y'all don't realize the amount of respect that people have for you when you give that few minutes. It's not going to take a whole lot out of your life, that few minutes, just to pay respect like that. It means a lot to the people that are in that procession.
Yes.
People don't realize it.
Just to expand on that a little further, and we've lost some parts of that. It used to be, there used to be a lot more police presence on that, and I guess they just don't have the people anymore to do it. But usually your funeral directors and stuff, every once in a while we still get police escort, but it really helps. And I have been in those where the police went ahead and blocked all the traffic, and I have seen them go after people to write them a ticket for going around a funeral procession. I don't know if that happens now, but I have seen it. And I can tell you that if you're in that funeral procession, you can't put into words what that means when you see people pulled over and even outside their car with their caps off, showing that respect to your mama, your grandma, your daddy, or family member, sister, brother, maybe child. You don't forget that. I've talked to a lot of people, and when they'll talk about their spouse dying or something, they will always bring that up. They will bring that up about people pulling over and showing that respect. I don't really care what the rest of the country does. This is a Southern tradition that means a lot to us here in the South. And I know our listeners are going to concur with that. And maybe there's some that don't, but that's okay. Again, I'm usually not putting my foot down too much about stuff, but on this one I will. I'll say again, I don't care. People can call it stupid. They can call us all kinds of names. I don't care. I'm going to pull over and show that respect to that family. I don't care if it's 3 cars or 300. I'm pulling over.
Amen. You hit the nail on the head on that one. And and if you drive around, you don't stop. We know you ain't from here.
And you're marked. We now know who you are.
Yeah, them cops just up there stopping traffic. They got your license plate.
Hey, I have seen in my life, I have seen police go after those people and pull them over. I'm not joking about that. I have seen that. I have seen them stop in the middle of the intersection and put their hand up and tell them to stop right there. And went up and gave them an education about what they're doing, how wrong it is. They didn't write them a ticket, but they scolded them.
Yeah.
And they gave them the riot act and said, you're going to show respect to this family. Yeah. That's something we don't play with down here. And maybe city folk maybe they don't do it as much, but I can tell you, other than the outliers, we pull over.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a Southern tradition. So Mama said, you see the funeral coming. Sometimes it slips up on you. Understand, got to get to a pullover spot, but get pulled over. Get pulled
Mm-hmm.
over. And don't worry about that light. That light don't mean nothing. Green, red, yellow. Don't matter until the funeral's done. You can ignore the lights. The lights don't mean anything because your butt's supposed to be stopped anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Amen. That's an amen moment right there. Amen.
Amen.
I could hear amens coming in from the crowd. Amen. All right, Robert. Number 3. What? Southern
Number
Living
3.
101.
If you from up north and you come down south, do not try to fake a Southern accent. You are going to fail. And we are going to call you out on it. Because you're going to be like, oh, I can talk like these here bunch of rednecks around here, all these hillbillies and flatlanders. And, oh, I will talk just like them. Hey, let's go catch some bass. You know, we're going to call you out on it because we're going to be like, where are you from? And you're going to be like, I thought I was doing a pretty good job on that. I just want to go catch some bass.
Hollywood is notorious at this. They try to create a Southern accent with their actors from New York and wherever, London even, and they're trying, and it's comical to us. It sounds so bad. There have been a few that have pulled it off pretty well in some movies and TV, but I got to say very few. They miss it. They totally do not understand it. They can work with a voice coach all they want. It's not happening to do that in a few weeks to be ready for a movie. It's not going to happen.
And there's one particular movie that Southerners hate because the accent was so awful. And I'm not going to call the actor's name. It was something Cage. I can't remember. It seems like Nick, maybe St. Nick. I don't know. And the movie is about a bunch of convicts on a plane, on an airplane. I can't remember what that thing was, but it was, the accent was so horrible. I cried. I'm like, if the convicts don't kill you, I am. Say something else.
That's right. I mean, you can't fake it. It's got to be there.
Yeah.
All right. Mama said, no matter where you're at, you could be at the bank, you could be at the local convenience store, you could be at the grocery store, you could be at your kid's school event, sporting event, or whatever. Mama said you have to have conversation. People expect you to talk when you're interacting with them. They're going to want to know a lot of things about you. Where are you from? How long have you lived here? Where do you work? Are you married? I mean, that's just a Southern thing. Have you had kids? By the time you get through even a self-checkout line at the store, a Southerner's going to know everything about you. Maybe not your social security number, but I'm not going to say that some might not even know that. They know how to get conversation out of people around. And I had someone tell me that was from Philly, and they said in Philly we don't talk, we just do business. And said I went to the grocery store down here. There was 2 ladies in front of me and one behind me, and by the time I got through, I was only there about 5 minutes. I knew everything about them that you'd even ever want to know because they told them everything about themselves. And he said, I don't know what it is about Southerners that think you got to tell us everything about you, but there's something about it. We don't do that up north. See, you're going to have to blend in. You got to learn how to have conversation, even if it's just about the weather. You got to have conversation. Southern Living 101.
Well, let me explain to you another aspect of that whole thing you said right there. Because Mama said if someone asks you a question, answer them. Don't hem-haw, answer the question.
That's right.
Don't go, oh, no. I mean, I don't know is not a good answer. Or, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. Answer the question. And the reason why Southern people are nosy. We're nosy as heck. Okay? And I'm sorry. You walk up you get in the grocery store line, they're going to tell you what's happening 2 streets over from you, around the block, next town over. They nosy as they can be. I mean, they can't help it.
our families are like that. I mean,
Yeah,
we,
yeah,
before we even get to the strangers, our families are like that.
yeah.
There's no secrets.
No,
They want to
no.
know everything.
And see where you're at up there, like in the Chattanooga area, the greater Chattanooga area.
Yeah, please say that.
Okay, you've got you don't know the guy that lives four houses down, or three roads over, or around the
Yeah,
block. We
yeah,
related to them down here. I mean, this is a small town. If they ain't related to you, they related to your best friend. Right? It's just the way it is. And everybody knows everybody's business. Now, let me preface this, okay? There's a reason why they are so nosy, okay?
okay.
There's an honest to goodness reason why. They care about the people around them.
They do.
And that is why they're so nosy. How's so and so doing from their surgery? I heard he had surgery last week. How's he doing or she doing? Do we need to put them on prayer list at church? Is there anything y'all need? Yeah, they might be nosy, but it ain't out of nothing bad. It's out of a heartfelt concern for their neighbors. And that's something that you miss in these bigger towns and cities. You don't have that heartfelt connection. Yeah. You just don't have it. And here it really is. It exists. It's real. And you can feel it. It's a tangible thing. And it's not done to be nosy, which it is nosy, and there's a lot of gossip, but a lot of it is pure out and out caring.
It is caring.
Mama said, if you're going to care somebody, care about them with your whole heart, not just a little bit.
That's right. That's right.
So,
all right, is it your turn or my turn? Let's do a couple more. I like these. These are good.
Yeah.
We'll probably have to do a second part, but this is really good. I like this.
Yeah. Well, we can do a second part.
Let's do one more. I think this, because you got to kind of capstone this thing a little bit. And I was just thinking, Mama said, if you're going to move into the South, you have got to know certain things. And if you don't, you're going to understand some lingo that's being said. Number one, there's a group of people, I'll say 4 people, maybe 5, that you have to know. You have to know them. And most of them are deceased now. But you got to know who they are. You got to know who Barney Fife is. You have to know that. You have to know who Andy is, Opie, Aunt B, I'm sure Otis, Gomer, you got to know who these characters are and their lives. And if you don't know how to at least be in the conversation that we're going to have with you because we're nosy, and you can't talk about scenes from the Andy Griffith Show, you're not fitting in. You got to get educated. You're going to have to get you a box set of them. Of course, they show it on every TV channel in the South sometime of the day. It's the most rerun show ever, I think. But get yourself immersed into the Andy Griffith Show, which really is supposed to be showing us small town America. And he done a pretty good job at that. People identify with it. Mm-hmm. They love that the shops, the church scenes, the making the homemade ice cream. We get to that later. The sitting on the front porch. They showed that. Robert, you got to know. Mama said you got to know the characters and the episodes, at least till they turn color. Southerners will give you a pass if you quit watching Andy Griffith Show when it turned color. Mm-hmm. Because they will say that's when the show died, when it went color and Barney left the show.
Yeah.
To be honest, we'll give you a pass there. But from about 1964 all the way to about 61 rather, all the way up to about 64 or 65 is around where it went color. You better know some things about the Andy Griffith Show if you want to fit in the South.
I'm going to throw my last one out here too.
All right.
Mama said, if you watch True Grit and it ain't got John Wayne in it, get your butt back up north.
It's got to be John Wayne.
Yeah, and not Jeff Bridges. It's got to be John
Yeah.
Wayne. You know,
Yeah.
come on. Why would you even remake it? Only it was perfect just the way it was.
Yeah.
We don't want to see the guy that got his butt whooped in Iron Man.
You know, I had a couple of friends tell me, said, well, it's more like the book. I don't care. We're used to True Grit, 1970, 71, whatever. I think 71 or so. That is Kim Darby, Glenn Campbell, John Wayne. That is the one you have to have.
I can't remember his name. There was another actor that was in that one that was real famous. What was his name? Played the bad guy, the main bad guy.
Oh yeah. I just forgot his name.
That's an awful big talk for a one-eyed fat man.
Robert Duvall.
Yes, Robert Duvall. That's some awful big talk for a one-eyed fat man.
By the way,
never mind.
Any movie that has Robert Duvall usually has my check mark of it's okay.
Yes.
So and John Wayne. So Duke Wayne. Absolutely, man.
Don't remake.
These will help you. These will help you blend in, fit in, become connected to Southern people. If you say I hate Andy Griffith's show, Robert, you're just going to be an outcast. I'm sorry. For true Southerners, you're going to be an outcast.
Mm-hmm.
You got to know. You better try to fake it. You got to know the famous words from Andy Griffith. Nip it, and Shazam.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh! There's another one too. It's me. It's Ernest T.
How could we forget? That's absolutely correct, man.
And if you really want to hammer the point home, if you say it's me, it's Ernest T, and they try to tell you it's not Andy Griffith, when they go to bed that night, go throw a brick through their window. And scream, it's me, it's Ernest T, and run home.
There was a lot of broken windows in the Andy Griffith show when Ernest T was around.
All right, so we're going to do a part 2 on this one. We may not do it tonight, but we're going to do another part 2 on this because this is just too much fun.
Yeah, it's good.
There's a lot of stuff we can cover with this. And we're having fun. Look, we're having fun with you Yankee folks and you non-Southern and non-countries and Alabama and all the other Yankees down in Florida. And I know we're having fun with y'all, and we're not picking on you directly.
No.
But you have to admit, when y'all are around and we're not, y'all are like, did you hear what them bumpkins said? Oh, I'm sorry. Did you hear what them bumpkins said and what they was talking about? You know, I just don't know what they was even talking about. I couldn't understand the word they was saying. You know. But it's okay. We're not
We do. Well, real quick before we go, wasn't it you, Robert, that was telling me that when you went in the Navy for a week solid, you didn't know what anybody was saying because it was the Great Lakes.
It wasn't just the fact that they all talked like a bunch of Yankees and some weird stuff. But I'm from deep south. I had never heard really a nautical term in my life. And they're talking about bosuns. They're talking about what was it? The sea line, the water lines. Go do this. What the heck's a geedunk? Do you know what a geedunk is? I do now. I didn't then. You go to the head. Where's the tree? You know, I didn't know what a head was. And they explained it and they taught us.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was like 2 weeks. I understood a plain word anybody was saying, and that was draw. And then I couldn't figure out what he wanted me to draw.
There's probably the flip side of that. They probably didn't know what you were saying either.
That's probably why they dropped me. Well, that might have been the first time they understood me.
It's been a lot of fun, Robert. I've enjoyed this podcast program.
Oh yeah, let's do another one on this one soon. And for all you guys out there, we love you. And God bless you. And Dave, God bless you and yours. And this has been a lot of fun. And this has been a journey. And we're gonna keep right on going on this. This is fun.
It is fun. It is fun. And be sure to like and follow us and share and subscribe on YouTube and all the Facebook things we got. And we appreciate all those who have. The numbers are showing us this week has jumped a lot from last week. And we're seeing that we're getting a lot of new listeners, a lot of faithful listeners that are listening to us. And we would ask you to forward it out. And there's somebody out there for us. Maybe not everybody, but there's some people out there for us that I think can get into what we're doing. So we appreciate you very much.
Yes, very much. And we've only been going a couple of weeks. We've put up a lot of content, and we're going to keep going with that because we enjoy it.
We do enjoy it.
If we didn't enjoy this, we wouldn't do it. And we're having a ball with it. We're loving the comments. We're loving the people out there. We're getting a lot of love, and we really do like it. And we appreciate every single one of you. So God bless y'all, and we'll see you again soon.